Welcome to the Poppy and Prim podcast. My name is Laramie, and I'm going to be your host today. I'm coming to you from Michigan, where I live with my husband and our two daughters, Lily and Olive. And this is my little crafty corner of YouTube. This is a mostly knitting podcast. I do get into other crafty things from time to time, but mostly knitting. So if you are a new viewer, thank you for checking the podcast out. If you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. I appreciate it so much. And let's go ahead and get into the stuff because it's been about a month and this could be a very long podcast if I let it. So I've got some knitting. I've got just what I've been doing for the last month. And yeah, so let's get started. So I'm currently steeping still. It's like, I don't know if you can see this. It's steamy. Tea. And I think I got this cup from Michael's, which if you're in America is a like craft store. And they put the cutest mugs at this little like end cap near the checkout. And I don't know, I just saw this. I actually used to keep this mug on my desk when we lived in Kansas and I worked a desk job part-time. This was my like work cup and I loved it. And so yeah, I'm not drinking it because it's like, I am starting the fall season early and I'm drinking pumpkin spice tea from Bigelow. It's a black tea, pumpkin spice flavored. I'm actually not a big pumpkin spice person, but I love spiced teas, so I thought I'd give it a try, and it is delicious, but it also is very hot right now. But I love spiced teas. My favorite tea probably ever is Good Earth tea. It's like a cinnamon tea and it's so yummy. I love it. And yeah, so if you are big on pumpkin spice or just spice teas in general, I would recommend the pumpkin spice Bigelow tea. I also have some water, so I'm gonna drink water real quick because I'm thirsty and the tea's too hot. So there we go. Okay, so we'll get into FOs. This is actually the second time I have recorded this podcast. My camera died like halfway through last time I tried, and so that was last week, I think. And I have finished an object since then, with the exception of needing to weave in ends. But my So Faded pullover is done. It smells so good. If you haven't gotten your hands on some Tuft Woolens Tri-Spice Wool Wash, you're missing out in life. So, I obviously still need to weave in some ends. By some ends, I mean all the ends. But that's easier than, that'll take me no time. So here it is though. This is the So Faded pullover by Andrea Mowry. I'm gonna do the yarn real quick because I actually remembered to look it up and see who it was and what they were. So this yarn is by Yoshi and Lucy. She has an Etsy store. And this is a set. This was a set that I actually just looked it up. I think she still has these in her shop. So if you love this one, I think you can still get it. But it is I think it's called the Georgia Peach Fade set. I think it's technically like a Fading Point by Hoki set, but I used it for this and it worked perfectly and I love it. Getting all my little balls out so I can tell you what they are. Okay, so I started with the gray at the top because This is not like my normal color palette. This is kind of like very vibrant for what I normally wear. So I thought having the gray more towards the top, I would just be a little more comfortable. Because I am very much like an autumn color person. And this is obviously not autumn colors. So I really love it. I haven't actually gotten a chance to like legitimately wear it because my ends are all like tangled and whatever. But so back to the colors. So this one is the darkest gray. This is Vortex. This one is Fog. It's like a light gray. It's really beautiful. This one is Twitter Pated. It's like a really light, creamy base with this light pink. It's actually easier to see it in the knitted garment. It's got the tiniest little bits of pink in there. This one is Aloha, which might be the most perfect name for that one. And this one is Georgia Beach. It's got little specklies in it, as you can see. So I knit the second to the largest, or the second smallest size, so not the smallest size, but the next size up. But if you watched the last episode, I did knit these on size 4 needles instead of size 5 needles, so it's actually a little bit more fitted than, you know, it would be if I had knitted it on 5s, but I really love it. So I did do a modification. I saw this on Instagram. Her name is, I believe she pronounces it Katrin Seeberger. Check her out. I'm putting her information here. She makes the most beautiful stitch markers, and she has a beautiful website. You need to check her out. But anyway, I saw her make this modification to this pattern, and I had started this pattern before, ripped it out, and I saw her do this, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need that. So the original pattern has like this kind of garter little portion at the top of the sleeve, and then it's just stockinette on the bottom part. And I can't claim this. She did this moss stitch, and it goes all the way down until the ribbing. And I loved it. I'm one of those weird people that actually loves moss stitch. So, or seed stitch. Double seed stitch, whatever you call it. You know. But I just repeated that all the way down and did the ribbing. Obviously this is the shorter sleeve one. I did miss out on this color, the Aloha, because obviously my sleeves aren't long enough to have gotten to that part. But I think it's okay. And then she also did this, so I can't take credit for it. But I did just a littlest bit of that Georgia Peach colorway around the collar to just kind of tie the top and the bottom together. So yeah, there it is. I'm super excited to weave the ends in and to wear it. So yeah, there's that. A nearly FO. It is. So yeah, I did that on size 4 needles. I did the ribbing on US 2.5. Sorry, there's a big I did the ribbings on US 2.5 because I went down a needle size, so I needed to go down a needle size when I did the ribbing too, and it worked out really well. So there we go. There's that. We will get into, I guess I can do what am I wearing, because I'm actually wearing it. I will actually like kind of get up so you can kind of see it. I'm actually wearing my boxy. So there it is. I love it. I've been wearing it a ton. I actually need to get a gleaner. It's getting a little pilly. So if you have any gleaner recommendations, I've never had a gleaner. I don't know if they're like kind of, they all work the same, but if you have any recommendations, let me know, because I love this. I swear I probably would never knit another one because it took me forever, and it's just miles and miles and miles of stock in it, and I don't think I can say that anymore. I think I would definitely knit another one because I like to wear this one so much. So take that back. I will wear another one or knit another one. All right. Okay. Let's get into, I have one sock. I've not been knitting on it very much. I'm just not in a sock knitting mojo, and I think part of it is because I haven't said this on the podcast. I have switched my life. I used to be an English flick knitter. I am now a continental knitter. It was a big transition, but it was kind of necessary. We have a family history of arthritic thumbs, and I just was already starting to get like a lot of tension in my thumbs, and I was like, I'm just gonna just nip it in the bud and just do it. I'm just gonna learn. I'm just gonna go full force into continental knitting. I'd done a little bit of like two-handed color work, so you know, I kind of got the gist of the tension, and I crochet a little bit, so I just didn't want to do it. I wasn't fast enough, I wasn't quick enough, you know, and but I'm having a really hard time getting the hang of continental knitting on my phone. But I'm having a hard time getting the like the groove of continental knitting on 9-inch circulars. Just doesn't feel quite as rhythmic as I really want it to. So I'm still feeling like kind of frumpy and whatever, but I knit my sleeves of the So Faded pullover on 12-inch circulars, and I got the groove of that, so maybe I will eventually just get the feeling of it, because like right now it's taking me forever. I just don't like the way it feels. Or I'm just gonna have to switch to magic loop, which I really don't want to do. But I don't know. Anyway. But this is Stray Cat yarn. I think it's just Stray Cat yarn. This is her Yuletide colorway. It's self-striping. I'm doing a 3x1 garter rib, which I've seen on Woolberry Fiber Co. This is kind of like, I think, her go-to for like vanilla socks. She does a garter rib. So there's like the normal ribs, and then there's this garter bump, or garter section right here. Yeah, so I thought I'd go ahead and at least have a sock going. I have a couple more socks sitting, but just not in the mood. So okay, now that we're done with socks, the next thing I had casted on, I don't know if I mentioned it in my last podcast, but we went back to Kansas, and I will do a little bit of like just a rundown of how that was at the end of the podcast. But when we were getting ready to travel, I decided I needed to have something to have at the airport, And, you know, people always get weird about, do you have wooden needles, blah, blah, blah. Ended up, like, nobody even thought twice about it. I actually had ended up packing my So Faded on Hiya Sharps on the way back. Nobody even said a word. So, and you can stab somebody with those for sure. But I was like, I need to try something on wood needles so that I have something at the airport. I was traveling by myself with 2 kids. I didn't pull it out once. Like, what? I don't know why I even thought to pack anything. But anyway, I wanted something also that was kind of mindless and that I could have when I was like visiting people and stuff. So I casted on The Weekender by Andrea Mowry. It's on my Make 9, so it was one that I was really wanting to cast on. I am knitting these inside out. I wrote this inside out. It's kind of hard to see. It's been in the bag for a while. So I'm knitting it inside out. So this is the outside, the reverse stockinette with the slip stitch ridge in the middle. I am knitting these on Leica, I don't know, whatever, however you say it. I got these at my local-ish yarn store, Yarn Garden, sorry, opposite thought. I had seen these, people seem to like them. I don't mind wooden needles at all. I don't love the ones that I have tried, the bamboo, just because they stick a lot, at least for me, and I think I tend to have kind of a tight tension. So I was like, oh, but I'll try these, and I actually really liked them. This is a larger size, so I don't know how I would feel if they were smaller. I've only used size 7, 8, 9 so far, but I really like them. So I don't have much else to say other than I really like them. I would definitely invest probably in some interchangeables. I really want to get an interchangeable set, but I just haven't, I don't know, quite the investment. So I wanted to just try them out before I kind of decided. And I definitely, well, on my Christmas list. But yeah, I'm just working through the body. It's like, I think 16 inches before you get to the sleeves. And this has kind of been just like, it's not something I've been working a lot on. I keep it in my like travel bag. I have like a giant Barney bag, 90s kid. But I like shove so much stuff in. So I have my knitting bag, diapers, wallet, camera, you know, that stuff. It kind of lives in there for when I'm in the car or we're at the park or whatever. So yeah, that's The Weekender. The yarn is, I believe it's Capstone. I'll double check that and make sure it's here. But I think it's Capstone. It's undyed, marled, really woolly wool, and I really like it. And it's going to be great for the fall. I'm really excited. Alright, next we have, I recasted on my Find Your Fade. Okay, I actually have my other one too. So, go ahead and show you. Okay, so here's the problem. This was my first one. This was the one that okay, so here it was. This is it. This was the one, right? It's on Clover's. I don't want them. But I needed my 4 needle to knit epoxy on. And so I have not knit on this for a really long time. And I was like, I just don't want to knit on it anymore. I want to frog it, blah, blah, blah. I've switched my tension, you know, I'm knitting continental now, and then I lost my stitch count somewhere in this lace section, and I just don't even feel like taking back to figure it out. So I just recasted it on. And eventually I will just rip that one out. But here is where I am on the new one. I have these on my Chowgoos. So this is the second color. Yeah, and I'm really loving it. And I'm really excited to have it back on the needles and like actively working on it. I got this fade set from Cornbread and Honey on Etsy. And now I can show you just like the first 4 colors. This was just like her fade set, so I don't know like what the colors are called or anything like that, but you know, we've got these ones, and then this one will come in, and then after that one I have this, and then it goes into kind of like bluesy green colors. Honestly, it was nothing like I had expected when I ordered it, but I love it nonetheless. I know that's kind of what you get when you order hand-dyed yarn, and especially with like dyed to order stuff, like you can't always replicate things perfectly. But I will post in a little picture of the whole fade over here so you can just see what's coming up. But I don't feel bad about recasting it on, because I'm just enjoying it a lot more. Yeah, so there's that. And I have one other thing I casted on that I'm like actively working on. Let me grab it. Hey, here it is. I casted on the Tanya, whatever. Tegna. I call it Tegna. So I'm working through, I have it on this teeny tiny needle, so it's not helpful. And this is looking way more orange than it actually is. So I'm just working through this lace section. This is more like true color. This is Swan's Island sport weight in the Chipotle colorway, and I have 5 skeins of this. The original pattern is for fingering weight, but I got gauge with a size 5 needle, so hopefully it works out. Here's my little swatch. Actually swatched my little things, because I actually swatched in the round. Look at me. So yeah, I'm just working through the lace right now. I kind of reserve this for at night when the girls go to bed, because I get lost and whatever. But I'm really excited. I'm hoping I can knock this out in just a couple weeks so that I can get some use out of it over the fall, with it being a short sleeve top. I think I'm going to do it pretty cropped, and I'm real excited about it. So that's my other whip. Yeah, that's what I got right now. So I'm going to take a little second and gather my thoughts, and we will get into a little bit of life update, and then a little bit of other update, and then we'll be done. So, okay, so life update stuff. So it's been a month. Holy moly, it's been a month. I'm so sorry about my crazy hair. I have these baby hairs that have been growing in since I lost a bunch of hair after having Olive, and they're insane. They're like ridiculous. I also am like going curly girl. I have like very wavy coarse hair. And I started doing some doing the curly girl method, and I really like it, but sometimes they just get out of control. But whatever. That's not an update. So yeah, let's see. A month ago, we went back to Kansas, just the girls and I, and spent a week with my parents, my mom and my stepdad, and had a really good time. I was really missing home, missing some friends, and just, I don't know, I just needed to like refill up my love tank. So we went back and we got to visit a ton of friends. We visited with, a lot with Logan's husband, sisters, and, so the girls got to play with their cousins. We made a quick weekend trip up to Omaha, and the girls and I went to the zoo. We had Olive's first birthday pictures taken, and I'll put some of those at the end of the video. It was really cute. Can't believe she had her first birthday. Oh yeah, that was before the last episode. So she had her first birthday. We didn't do anything really. Logan's little brother was in town. But then we kind of celebrated when we went back to Kansas, a little bit with the family and stuff. So that was a lot of fun, but we were definitely ready to be home. We all missed Logan a lot. Since we got back, I started working part-time. I'm just cashiering at Target on weekends, and some evenings and stuff. So that's been a bit of a adjustment. I have really enjoyed it though. It's low-key. It's something that I can kind of just go and do and then come home and be present with the girls, and Logan's getting some quality dad time. And he's getting ready to start his classes next week. He's doing his research right now. He's getting his master's at MSU. And so part of his research is they're out in the crops, like his research is organic agriculture based. So specifically in butternut squash. So he's out in the fields. They're like, taking samples and, whatever they do. Surveying bees, like, because that's what it is. It's in pollinators of butternut squash, specifically the squash bee, which is native to Michigan. And so he's out actually like harvesting stuff. Like, he came home exhausted the other day because he was like hoeing out weeds and stuff. And so yeah, he's getting to bring home some stuff soon, so that'll be exciting. We are very passionate about, clean living, and having tons of fresh organic produce is a huge benefit to us. So, but he starts his coursework next Wednesday, and then he's going back to Kansas next weekend over his birthday. His birthday's on Friday, and we went in, my parents and I and stuff, for his birthday, got him a ticket to go home, because he hasn't seen, other than his little brother who came to visit us. And then that same weekend we were in Kansas, he went to Iowa to visit his older brother, but he hasn't seen like his dad and his sisters and, since we moved. So it's been like 3 months, and I knew he really just wanted to go home and hug his dad and see his sister, who's gonna have a baby soon. She's due around Thanksgiving, and that's gonna be the next time we really go back, is around the holidays. And so I really wanted him to be able to go. So he's just going over the weekend. So it's like he leaves on Friday and he gets back on Monday. So it's pretty quick. The girls and I are just gonna hang out. And my mom's coming up. She gets here on Sunday, so she's gonna be here Sunday through Friday, and so it's really exciting for the girls. We really miss her when we're not around. I'm an only child, so I'm really close with my mom, and I think she watches the podcast. So Hey Mom. Can't wait to see. So yeah, that's kind of what we've been doing. We're still, struggling a little bit to kind of find our people here. We haven't really made, at least the girls and I haven't really made any connections with anybody. We have been to a few little play dates and things, but nothing has like come out of it. And that's been really hard just because we had such a tight-knit community in Kansas. Lots of friends and family and support, and we just kind of miss, I kind of miss the, all right, I'm feeling a little bit like this is a hard day. Let's go to the park with, friends or whatever. Or I need to just get out of the house. Let's go over to my sister-in-law's, just drop in. And I don't really have that anymore. And so, I know we really need to pursue finding that before it gets to be winter here and we're, snowed in and everybody's sick. Because if we're already feeling kind of isolated now, I know it's just gonna, get worse. But it's just hard to, to find new people and to find people you connect with. And I'm thankful I'm still, really connected with the people back home. Thank you, the internet. I'm really thankful that I have a tight-knit community on social media and stuff, but I know I need to find some physical friends, or at least acquaintances, be like, hey, do you want to go have lunch at Chick-fil-A, or meet us at the park, or something like that, but we're getting there. So, I will get into my next little update. I'm gonna do kind of a blog update. So I'm getting into my blog. It should be ready to launch here in just I'm hoping within the next couple weeks. I am putting some finalizing on some different things in it. A couple more articles, and yeah, so be on the lookout for that. I will probably announce via Instagram, so I'll make sure my Instagram handles and stuff are here. And yeah, so just keep an eye out for that. I'm really excited about it. I have been working really hard on it, and I'm just really excited. I hope everybody enjoys it. So yeah, I think that's it. If you guys have any questions or anything specific you want to know, or anything you want me to cover, post in the comments or shoot me a message on Instagram or something. I'd love to find out what you guys are looking for in the podcast, and I look forward to seeing you guys in a couple weeks, hopefully with another finished object. So, you guys have a fantastic weekend, and we'll be seeing you soon.